So it's just about warming up here, and you can hear that that is bringing out the birds around me as they start to sing and claim their territory, including the Dunnock and that hawthorn. What I wanted to talk to you today about was apps for your phone. Now, it takes quite a while to learn a wide variety of birdsong and cement it in your mind, so when you go out walking in the Cheshire countryside, you know what it is that you're hearing. Luckily, some really clever people have devised apps, recorded loads of song, loads of calls in there, so you can listen to them, get familiar with them, and so you can start to recognise the birds around you. Now, the best of those is probably the Collins Bird Guide app. It's about £13 on Android, and it's similar on iPhone as well, and that includes within it all the birds of Europe and slightly further afield, and the vast majority of those will have the calls and the songs on there as well. So it's great if you kind of want to advance a little bit and maybe learn some things that we don't get in the UK. Maybe you're going on holiday and you want to gen up, as it's called, and learn the calls and the songs of the birds you might see whilst you're away. If you are a little bit more of a beginner, or you don't fancy jumping in at £13, there is the e-guide to British birds that's currently £5.79 on Android, and again similar on iPhone, and that, as the name suggests, focuses purely on the birds of Britain, including a few rarer visitors as well. Similar to the Collins Bird Guide app, the vast majority have songs and calls on there, so you can really kind of familiarise yourself with the species you're likely to see. So I highly recommend you go and get one of those apps on your phone. They're brilliant, both of them are really, really good. What we don't recommend is taking that app out into the field and using it for something called tape luring. Now, that is where you hear a bird calling, you can't quite see it, you want a better view, so you get the app out and you pretend that you're another male of that species, play the call to bring that bird closer to you so you can get a better view. What you're doing there really is wasting that bird's time, and more importantly, wasting that bird's energy. So rather than feeding its young or feeding itself, it's coming to have a look at you just so you can get a better look at it. It's getting more and more commonplace, and we can't advise strongly enough that you do not do that. It's not in the best interest of the bird, and really we should be putting the wildlife first. So if you do download one of those apps and you start to learn the bird song in your garden, local green space, let us know what you're seeing and what you're hearing. It's fantastic to get to know what you guys are experiencing out there in the Cheshire countryside.